Hello, and welcome to Get In We're Going Healing, a place where we talk about mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual well-being to help you learn to let go of the things that are holding you back from being your best, your greatest, your most authentic self. My name is Tova, and I'll be your guide. Today we are going to be doing a tarot reading, and today's tarot reading is for what is coming for you with Beltane. What are your Beltane blessings? Beltane is May 1st, and it's also known as May Day, and it's a day that is a fertility festival amongst those that celebrate and worship in that faith. And because it is the second fertility festival of the year. The first fertility festival being Ostara, the first day of spring. This one is about celebration. If I remember the story correctly, it is the maiden in her state where she meets the masculine, where she meets the male, and flirting ensues. There is also a song that a friend of mine likes to remind me of, and it's 1st of May, outdoor beep starts today. And it's because it's all about connection, love, and amorous. All that good jazz. So let's find out what Beltane blessings are coming for you. So to choose our piles, I believe this is the Celtic Animal Oracle. So we're going to choose 3 piles. I don't use these cards very often. They're pretty new to me, so we're just going to go with what we get. Oh, that one wanted to come out. Angels, guides, ancestors of all those listening, please give us clear guided messages. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We need one more. This one. 3 piles. Okay. All right. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. If you're new to pick a cards, you can choose whatever pile calls to you. Whichever pile seems to be the right one, you can check the timestamp numbers and see if maybe your favorite number is in there. You might be called to more than one pile. That's okay. There's a message in that pile for you. So when you are ready to read your reading, click on the chapter for your pile and I'll see you there. Hi, my lovely pile number 1s. If you chose the first pile, this one's for you. So today's reading is what Beltane blessings are coming for you. So let's have a look at your first card. Island of the Crystal Keep. Ooh. Okay, number 16. We're going to put that card here. And let's get some messages for you. What Beltane blessings are coming for you? Which pile should we read from? Which deck? Which deck? All right. My eyes fall to the Osho Zen deck. So let's get some information, please. Angels, ancestors, guides for pile number 1. Please help us get clear guided information and messages. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. One more shuffle. Great. What Beltane blessings are coming for our pile number 1, please? What Beltane blessings are coming for pile number 1? Beltane blessings for pile number 1. Thank you. All right. Okay, woo, lovely. All right, well, let's start this out. I'm going to move a few of these this way. Yeah, like that, like that. Okay. No, I feel like it says yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. let's get started. So let's begin with the card that represents you or your pile. So Island of the Crystal Keep. Now, I don't know these cards well. I just grabbed them because I felt called to them. But I'm just going to look at the imagery on the card here and see what we can discern from this. Okay, let's have a closer look. So we see this glass cage, it looks like. I see a door here. See if we can get that in focus. There we go. I see a door here on this cage. It looks like it's this glass cage with a bird inside the cage. We have some birds outside the cage. We have this woman by the ocean, or this female form here by the ocean, wearing a headband, gold around her neck. She's carrying a bucket of water, and it looks like she's bringing that water up the path. Oh, isn't that interesting? I think it looks like the door is open, the cage is open. Look at all those feathers going up to it. Interesting. Okay. All right. So that already, I'm seeing that echoed in this card with the cage and the birds and the crystal. Okay. So this card actually means this is the Knight of Cups, but in this deck, it's understanding. And what this card talks about is that you are beginning to understand that the cage isn't real. All the things that you thought kept you stuck were not real. There is no cage. The cage is non-existent. You can fly out at any time. You are free to leave at any time. And I feel like that's kind of what's going on here, echoing that similar idea. You're free to leave at any time. If the door is indeed open, it means you're free to leave at any time. How interesting. So let's read the top line. So the first card we have, which is just beautiful, this is the traditional sun card. And in this card, it's the innocence card. In this deck, it's called the innocence card. And in this card, it shows this, I'm going to call him a Sifu, this master, who's watching the antics of the praying mantis, watching what the mantis is doing, and having a playful conversation with the praying mantis. He's not taking life too seriously. He's just enjoying, being happy, enjoying his life. Nothing serious. There's no seriousness in talking to the grasshopper or the praying mantis. There's no seriousness in anything. It's just enjoying a conversation with another living being and just enjoying being at peace in your life. So that already is a beautiful message beginning, right? What is Beltane bringing you? It looks like happiness and peace and joy. I see the source with the Ace of Wands. I see the devil with conditioning, and I see postponement with the Four of Swords. Now, when we come in this order, what I'm seeing in this message is what is your Beltane blessings, being able to go back to source. You're able to tap into your ability to connect to something greater than you, and it's allowing you to let go of your conditioning. With this particular devil card and the conditioning, this particular card is a story of a lion who wears the sheepskin, and he lives amongst sheep and has a difficulty understanding why he can't seem to blend in with the sheep, why he can't be a sheep, until one day this old lion shows up at the flock and takes him over to the water and says, "My boy, you are not a sheep. You are, in fact, a lion. And when you let go of trying to be a sheep and embrace being a lion, you will find your full potential." And this story talks to us about letting go of the conditioning of who we were told we were supposed to be in favor of learning to be our true lion selves, learning to live as our genuine selves. And when we learn to live as our genuine selves, we will find that we find power and strength in our being, because we are no longer trying to be something that we're not. We're no longer expending energy trying to be something that we aren't. When we let go of trying to be the person that we were told we're supposed to be, that we just can't seem to quite measure up to because that's not authentic to who we are. When we begin to let go of that and find our authenticity and find our genuine selves underneath all of that, and live as our lion selves and stop trying to wear our sheepskin, we find more strength and power in who we are, because we are who we are and we are no longer trying to be something different. That goes along with the Four of Swords. In this deck, it's postponement. And in this deck, it's showing this image of somebody who's looking out at the life they want. They're looking out at all of their abundance outside the window, outside the frame. They're looking at it wistfully, wanting that to be, wanting to be there, wishing they were in here. But if you look where they currently are, it's all gray. There's no color. It doesn't hold meaning. It doesn't hold joy for them. But here's the great thing. This person is now collecting color, slowly collecting color, okay? The slowly collecting color means you're gradually getting to where you're allowing what is your joy, that you're watching your joy happen. You're watching life pass you by. You're allowing yourself to be more present slowly and allow life to be something that you are experiencing rather than something you are looking at from the outside. Okay, so what are your Beltane blessings? I'm already getting that your blessings are that you're going to feel calm and at peace. You're going to begin, if not already on this process, you're going to begin to let go of the things that aren't you. You're going to start to begin to step into living the life that you want to live. Slowly. Again, slowly, just gradually picking up color in the clothes, right? Just gradually. So little by little, you're going to be moving in the direction of being more at ease, being more present and enjoying the things that you want out of life. You're going to be letting go of stresses. The Seven of Wands in this deck, you see this clown here who's doing a fabulous job keeping up all these things he's juggling. He's playing a horn. He's dancing on the ball. There's bubbles around. He is on top of the world. But now we have this little devilish monkey right here with a pin. And he's about to burst that bubble and take everything tumbling down. That is stress. That is the representation of stress in your life. Things can be going incredibly well in your day. You could be, everything's on top of the world. And if you have a buildup of stress under the surface, one straw that breaks the camel's back, one problem too many, is enough to burst the bubble and bring the whole day down on you. When you let your stress get too far and overwhelming, and I'm sure you know this, and I'm sure you've experienced this in your life, where everything is going wrong, you're tense, you're stressed out, and then just the last little bit of pressure, stress, frustration, and the whole thing goes kaboom. You lose your temper, you yell, everybody's upset. It ends up being a difficult day because you let that monkey with the pin, that last straw, you let that monkey with the pin burst your bubble, burst your day, and everything comes tumbling down. Now you got it in reverse, which means the opposite. This is peace. This is not letting stress get to you, being on top of your stress, which is fantastic. What's coming for you with Beltane blessings? You're letting go of stresses. You're letting go of things. And again, here we are, as we talked about before, with the echo of the Knight of Cups, with understanding that there is no limitation, that the only limitation is the limitation you have put on yourself. It's that quote, whether you believe you can or you can't, either way, you're right. If you tell yourself that you are caged, then indeed you are caged. If you tell yourself that you are locked into a certain way of being, then indeed you are locked into a certain way of being. It's when you let go of the cage, let go of feeling that there is a cage, when you realize that the sky is the limit, that there is no limitation on you, that you are able to do anything as long as you're willing to try, as long as you're willing to put in the work, you're able to do anything. And that is the message that comes for you with this Knight of Cups. So what's coming for you with Beltane blessings? Understanding that you are limitless, understanding that you have more capability than you have given yourself credit for. And it's also letting go of things that are no longer serving you. That's all we love on this channel, is letting go of the things that are holding you back. And you indeed are getting that with the 8 of Cups card. The 8 of Cups, this particular 8 of Cups, is letting go. And what you see is this drop of water hanging off of this leaf, right? And this drop of water has been on this leaf, and it's on the precipice of dropping into the rest of the pond. And there's fear there, because just before we drop into something new, there's fear of the unknown. If we stay with where we feel that we're comfortable, then there's no fear, but there's also stagnation. If we don't move, if we stay where we feel that we're comfortable and we continue to stay there, there's no choices. Things continue to move around you, right? This drop can try to hold on as long as it wants to the leaf, but eventually it's going to fall. It's a similar message to the tower in that respect, that you can choose to jump from the tower or you can choose to go down with the ship. But either way, the tower is coming down. Either way, this drop is going to drop. Are you going to let go and allow yourself to fall into the unknown, fall into what you don't know? Because we all know the joy with this drop. When it does drop, it's going to join the pond, and it's going to join the oneness, the collective of all the other collective drops all together. It becomes part of the greater thing and not just an individual. But it reminds us, the 8 of Cups, as always, is walking away from what doesn't serve us. It's letting go of the things that aren't serving us, the things that are holding us back, the fears, the anxieties, the stresses, the things that are holding us back from moving forward, the fear of the unknown. Letting go of it frees you. When you let go of your fear of what's going to happen and instead flip it over to excitement and be excited for what could happen. That's the same thing. It's the same message, okay? It's the same message in that we have to let go. We have to change our perspective, okay? If we look at it as having to drop into the unknown, the fear of what could come. I'm afraid of what could happen. I don't want to go out there. I'm scared of what could happen. It doesn't change anything. But if we flip our perspective into that of I'm excited for what could happen, that doesn't change anything either, but it changes us from the inside. It changes how we see it. Instead of being afraid of what could happen, we're now excited for what could happen. That's the letting go. It's the letting go of fear. Nothing else around you has changed except how you have viewed the situation. Letting go of that fear of dropping into the unknown and allowing ourselves to embrace releasing what we have known in excitement for what we could have and what we could be. So what's coming for you this Beltane? Oh my goodness gracious, pile number 1. Some beautiful changes are happening for you. And the whole card continues to be the Sun. You are gaining knowledge, this Beltane. You are gaining understanding, this Beltane. You are gaining a better handle on your stresses, this Beltane. And you are finding a better connection to the rest of the universe through your Sun card. You are finding happiness and joy, this Beltane. I'm so happy for you, pile number 1. If you enjoyed this reading, don't forget to give the reading a like and share it around, but definitely give it a like, throw a comment in there. It does help for more people to get seen, for this message to get out to more people. So don't forget, if you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up. If you would like to get a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. If you would like to give a donation because this touched you so much, that information is in the description box as well. And if you'd like to join our beautiful community on Patreon, that information is also in the description box. So until next time, love and light, fellow humans. Bye. Hi, my lovely pile number twos. If you chose the second pile, this is your reading. Let's have a look at your card. All right, we have the Island of Otters. The Island of Otters. What an interesting card. Now, I don't know the meanings of these cards. They are for the imagery that comes up in it, but I don't actually know the meanings of these specific cards. So, let's get some messages, some Beltane blessing messages for our pile number 2. What messages are coming? We're going to use the Osho Zen deck. Angels, ancestors, guides of pile number 2. Please help us to get clear, guided messages. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ashe, ashe, ashe. What is coming for our pile number 2s with their Beltane blessings? What blessings are coming for our pile number 2s, please? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessings for our pile number 2s. Okay. Thank you. All right, I'll put those there. We'll read these together. Which way? Okay, this way. All right. Okay. Let's do that like that. And I feel like these ones. Okay. All right. So I'm going to read this message first, then we'll read this message. So you got the Hierophant with nothingness. You got the King of Pendants, the King of Pentacles with abundance. You got the 9 of Cups with laziness. You got the 10 of Cups reversed with harmony. You got the 5 of Pentacles with the outsider, and you got the 6 of Pentacles reversed with compromise. All right. So interesting. You have a lot of sequentials. We've got the 9 and 10 of Cups. We've got, with 1 reversed, 1 upright, we've got the 5 and 6 of Pentacles with 1 reversed and upright. What an interesting combination. So let's begin with the top row and what this means. So what are your Beltane blessings? There are lessons coming for you, and there is also a pause right now. So this is the Hierophant, and in this card, it's the nothingness. And the nothingness means the gap between two things. So there's a pause and a space between where something ends and something begins. Right now, you are in a space of pause before something is going to begin, but something has already ended or is on its way out for ending. Okay? So this is part of your journey, and this is part of your lesson. During your Beltane blessings, this is a pause. So if there's been a lot of things that have been very chaotic and stressful, one of the blessings is that there will be nothing. It's not going to be that there is a lot of excitement coming in. There'll be nothing, a pause, a gap, the nothingness, the no thingness, right? The no thingness. The purpose of that is that there is no thing. It is a nothing. It is a no thing, right? There is abundance in that with the King of Pentacles with abundance. This card is a balanced abundance, okay? We've got the day and the night, and we've got the rainbow. This is everything all combined, okay? He's showing his chest as open-heartedness. He's connected to the elements. He is at peace, right? This is the King of Pentacles. He is abundant and he is at peace. Abundance is not simply financial. The King of Pentacles is the financial abundance card, but it is the abundance card of tangible things. Material things. Material things is not necessarily money. Material things are things you can touch, things you can that are within your touchable things. So it could be an abundance of food. It could be an abundance of drink. It could be an abundance of gifts. It could be abundance of money. It could be abundance of flowers. It could be abundance of many, many things. But it's something that brings you joy. Okay? So what is coming for you? Some type of abundance, and I'm going to say it's with rest. Now, this particular card is called laziness. And this card has a twofold meaning. The first is being able to rest and relax. You've put in a lot of work. You've put in a lot of emotional work. And you get to, with the cups, is about our emotions. He's relaxing, right? He is chilling in his lounge chair with his drink. He's got his slippers and his umbrella. He is chilling and he is relaxing, and he absolutely deserved it. He did a lot of work and he is enjoying the fruits of his labor of relaxing. The reminder of the card, though, is just be aware we're not at the 10 yet. There's still a little bit of work to be done. But the Nine of Cups is our wishes fulfilled card. It is our card that talks about getting the things that we want. What's coming for you for Beltane? You're going to be relaxing and getting things you want. You're going to be able to relax and enjoy and be at peace. There's not going to be any stress. There's just going to be, again, with nothing means there's not going to be anything that's disrupting anything. You're going to feel like you're on top of the world and you're going to feel so chill and relaxed. But here's where we have our flip side, because I feel like this is telling us what's coming after the gap, okay? So we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. Now, the 10 of Cups is harmony. It's connecting your head to your heart. It's having your heart speak with your mind. So you're speaking from a place of love. You're not in a place of ego where your mind is doing all the thinking and keeping your heart out of it. When you're in your higher self, your heart is included in the decision. In fact, your heart makes the largest portion of the choice with your head backing it up. It's not a logical decision. Love is not a logical feeling. Love is love. Love is a feeling. Feelings are not logical. If they were, you could think your way out of feelings, and you can't. You have to feel your way through your feelings, because feelings need to be felt. Feelings cannot be thought or thought through or used to, you cannot rationalize feeling. You can only feel. When you try to rationalize feeling, you end up repressing feeling. And feeling needs to be felt in order to be released. You can't repress it. You have to release it. And to release it, you have to feel it. This card coming in reverse tells me that we are letting our head make decisions over our heart, and it's creating disharmony, because this is our harmony card. In reverse, it would be disharmony. Okay, when we let our mind control our hearts, I'm going to say it again real clear for those in the back. When we let our mind control our hearts, it creates disharmony, because we ignore our feelings and we ignore how we actually feel about specific things. So it makes us feel like an outsider with the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles shows this little child on the other side of a gate, looking through at what it wants on the other side of the gate and feeling left out in the cold, left out of the joy, left out of the happiness, left out of the abundance that falls with the King of Pentacles. Look at the echo in the rainbow. Okay? Our abundance. This young child feels left out, this immature person. I'm going to go with that. This immature person, this young child, this young mindset is on the other side of the gate feeling locked out of the abundance. But I want to show you something here. Look closely. You see the lock? That lock is open. That lock is unlocked. So what does that mean? That means you, this child, i.e. you, have the ability to open the gate. You are not actually locked out. You think you are, but if you look at the situation a little closer, you'll see you're not. You could get through the gate anytime, but you have to actually look at it, pay greater attention, give attention to detail. Look around and notice you are not actually locked out of anything. There is no blockade. There is no barrier. There is no lack. You are not on the outside. You just think you are. So when it comes in here with this abundance, I feel like it's saying this Beltane that's coming, okay, your Beltane blessings that are coming, you have to notice what your abundances are. And I'm going to say it like this because oftentimes we don't realize that we are abundant. We don't realize that we have abundance in our lives. We look at things as what we don't have, and we see what we wish we had. And instead of being happy with what we have, all we can focus on is what we wish we had. And when we only focus on what we wish we had, we don't see the way out. With this lock unlocked, we don't see the opening. We don't see that we could have the abundance that we tell ourselves, if only I had that. We don't see we already have it. With your King of Pentacles, you already have the King of Pentacles. But you're looking at it from the other side of the gate saying, if only I could have the better King of Pentacles instead of the King of Pentacles I have. But you have that abundance. You already have the abundance. Sometimes all it takes is a change of perspective for us to see the blessings that are already in front of us. We might not even notice. Let's say if you have children, okay? Sometimes we can get caught up in how difficult it is to parent a child and to parent a child well, and forget that there was a time where we only wished that we had this child. There was a time before this child came into the world that we wished for this child. We wanted this child. We wanted this being in our lives. And now that this being is in our lives, we forget the blessing that we asked for. We forget that that child coming into our lives is a blessing, and a blessing our previous version of ourselves would have wanted, because we're so caught up in how difficult it can be. That's what I mean about feeling like you're locked out. I'm not negating the difficulty of things, but I'm saying if you change your perspective, you can see that there is actually a blessing in something that you don't see as a blessing. A diamond in the rough, when you realize that that chunk of rock is actually a very valuable diamond. When you begin to understand that there is abundance around you all the time. A great way to get into that space is to be in a space of gratitude. Start listing off the things you are grateful for, even if it's simply just to have clean water, because so many people don't. Even if it's grateful just to have time to yourself, even if it's grateful to have a hot shower, because let me tell you, if your water heater breaks, you will definitely be grateful the next time you get a hot shower if you can't have hot water for a hot shower. You forget that that's something to be grateful for. That hot water is something to be grateful for, because we get so focused on that we don't have the other things, that we don't have maybe hot water on demand. So maybe we're not as grateful that we still have hot water. That sort of thing, right? There is a lot for you to be grateful for in your life. And we've come to our next card, compromise, which is telling me that you maybe need to keep a little more to yourself, and that you might be compromising too much. The Six of Pentacles is meant to be equal give and take, okay? It's meant to be equal exchange of energies. In this card, it shows these two people, and the story behind it is that they ended up serving in the courts in China and having their tongues removed. And because they didn't speak, they were convicts that were charged with crimes and could have the opportunity to work within these palace walls, and they would have their tongue removed. But the thing that people are not understanding with that is that even though they don't speak, because they don't speak, people don't realize they hear everything. And they hear much of what happens and knows much of what goes on within those palace walls, even if they are overlooked, as is many times the case with people who work in positions who are maybe of more servitude to others, often are overlooked, and they hear everything. They notice everything. They know stuff, and they can share that and work together to make compromise. Now, this card keeps us aware that sometimes we do need to make compromise, but not to compromise for the sake of avoiding conflict, but compromising because we genuinely want to come to a place of solution. Now, what do I mean when I say avoiding conflict? I mean people-pleasing tendencies. When we compromise and agree to something that we don't actually agree to avoid causing further problems to keep the peace. This does not work for you. And this is what I feel it's saying with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, with the compromise in reverse. Do not compromise. Do not compromise yourself. Do not people please for other people. You are a person of value and worth. If you are taking a break because you have put in hard work, you deserve to take the break. Do not compromise for someone else because they didn't do the work and now they are upset with you because you are taking a break. You are allowed to take a break when you need to and then get yourself back into a space of healing. So I feel like with our final message with that, the universe is saying, trust it, okay? You're being asked to trust with the Page of Cups. Lots of cups in your reading today. With the Page of Cups is saying trust. Trust that when you make that jump, you will be caught. Trust that when you get into a space of nothingness, when you are in this space of the gap, waiting for the next thing, trust that the train will come. Trust that the next thing will come. Trust that your blessings will come. Trust that it's coming. If you spend the whole time worried about it, you're going to miss the blessings that you have. It's going to make you feel stagnant. With the Empress and creativity in reverse, the Empress creates things in the regular world. She creates things in the energetic realm. In reverse tells me you are feeling uncreative. You are feeling stagnant and stuck. You are feeling like everything is just on pause. It is on pause because you are in the gap. What's coming for you for Beltane, your Beltane blessings? A break from stuff. Okay, let's go back to your original card with the otter. Okay, let's look at some of the imagery on it. We have these otters playing around a dam. Let's talk about a dam. Okay, a dam is a separation of one thing to divert something to something else, to divert the flow into something else. What is it that you need to divert? What energy? If we're talking water, water is our emotions. What energy and emotion needs to be diverted? Where does it need to go instead? Finding balance. That reminds me of a yin yang right there. Finding balance in things and our value in ourselves with this shell here in a spiral. So things are always moving out. Let's talk about a spiral for a minute. Let's talk about lessons and how lessons come. So spirals, well, in your healing journey, spirals, that will be your whole path, will be spirals. It will be the same lessons repeated and hashed over to you over and over and over, and you will find the same patterns being repeated over and over and over. But here's the thing, as you grow along your path, you are not actually going in a circle over and over. In fact, you are going in a spiral. So you're meeting that same problem in that same spot when it comes in, over and over and over, but you're at a different level in your healing than you were the last time you encountered that problem. So now you're able to deal with that problem differently than you did before. And then that problem's going to come around to you again. Why? Because you're going to now apply that knowledge further. And same situation, different you, because the spiral keeps going around and around and around. So if you're dealing with a lesson right now, you might be in the pause before that lesson comes back around to you again. So when that comes back around, how are you going to handle it? Are you going to handle it the same way that you used to? Or are you going to handle it in a different way? Are you going to handle it in a healthier, better way? What is it that you're diverting? Okay, what emotion are you not dealing with? That's what I feel that card says. That's my interpretation of it. So pile number 2, what Beltane blessings are coming for you? Movement along your path, a break, some abundance, some understanding, some willingness to keep things to yourself, a little bit of disharmony, but trusting that this is all for the greater good and is for your greater balance. Okay? So if you enjoyed this reading, don't forget to give me a like. to let me know that you liked it. Drop a comment if you feel that anything resonated with you. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for readings coming up. If you would like to book your own personal reading to get more in-depth information, that information is in the description box below. And if you would like to join our beautiful community for Patreon and get Patreon exclusives, you can find that information in the description box as well. So until next time, love and light, fellow humans. Bye. If you chose pile number 3 in the third card, this is your reading. So let's have a quick look at your card. Ooh, you got the Island of the Fiery Pigs. How interesting. Now, I don't know the true meanings of these cards, but we'll interpret it as we go as the messages come to us. How interesting. All right. So let's get some messages for our beautiful pile number 3, please. Our question today is, what blessings are coming for you with our Beltane, our May Day? What's coming for you in our May Day? Beltane blessings, please. Angels, guides, ancestors of pile number 3, please help us get clear, guided messages. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What are our Beltane blessings? Thank you. Beltane blessings for pile number 3, please. Get that one out. Come on out. Beltane blessings for pile number 3, please. Thank you. All right. Let's see what messages you got. We got the Knight of Pentacles with adventure, experiencing, 8 of Pentacles, go with the flow, beyond illusion. Okay. All right. So, what blessings are coming for you this Beltane? Well, oof, I just punched the camera. Sorry about that. So, adventure with the Page of Pentacles, or sorry, the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is going off on an adventure and seeing what tangible things come from it. In this particular card, what we see is this little girl here, this little person standing at the top of a hill, looking over and seeing a fun rainbow carnival on the other side, and not yet joining it, but the excitement that comes along with seeing it, knowing that an adventure is just about to begin. What's coming for you for Beltane? An adventure, but it will be something that, let's see, 3 of Wands experiencing in reverse. It makes me think that you are going to be too busy to be doing things. An adventure that's going to keep you very busy. Because the 3 of Wands and experiencing is experiencing the world, being present in your day, experiencing what life has to offer. But it's in reverse. So that tells me that that you're not going to be experiencing something. You're going to be keeping closer to home, maybe keeping too busy to go out and enjoy the day to day. With the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, the 8 of Pentacles in this deck is ordinariness, having the ability to just go out and enjoy the day as it is without having, talks about having enough money to not have to do the daily grind, the day-to-day work, to have the freedom to just go out and live an ordinary existence in life, picking flowers, walking through fields, enjoying your life without having to stress about going to an ordinary job. In reverse, okay? So these 3 together tells me there's a new adventure coming for you that is keeping you very busy, okay? Both of these are saying keeping you busy, keeping you so busy that you can't just go out and enjoy your day to day. But it's saying go with the flow, with the Ace of Cups, go with the flow. Allow the river to take you where it needs to take you. Instead of fighting the current and trying to go against the current, allow the current to take you where it needs you to go, where you're meant to go. go with the flow combined with beyond illusion. Beyond illusion is showing us that we can see the lesson beyond the thing in front of us, the illusion, the illusion in front of our face showing us one thing, but our intuition tells us it's not true. Our intuition tells us there's more to it than that. So this whole line tells me what's coming for Beltane. It's got a new adventure that's going to keep you super duper duper busy. And there's going to be times where you want to walk away from it. But it's saying, go with the flow to see more to it. Trust your intuition. Trust your knowing. Your knowing is going to get you through. Go with how it feels. Okay, it's going to feel you somewhat unconscious with consciousness, Ace of Swords in reverse. It's going to feel like an old thing, an old idea. It's not going to be something new, but don't compromise. Okay, don't waffle from it. Okay, we've got the compromise card in reverse, and the compromise card talks about, and normally the Six of Pentacles is equal give and equal take. It's energetic, equal energetic exchange, equal monetary exchange, equal tangible exchange. It could be money for services, right? This is saying don't compromise. Don't compromise. You feel like you're on the outside with the outsider. This is the Five of Pentacles, and it's feeling like you're in a space of lack, feeling like you don't have something, feeling like you are on one side of the gate and the thing you want is on the other side of the gate with all that colorful stuff like we see in our adventure card, right? Our adventure is on the other side of the gate. But unlike with our adventure card where there's no limit, that child can go down to that adventure anytime they want, this child feels like they are stuck behind a gate and they think it's locked. But here's the little tricky part. Let's look at it closer. Look at that lock. That lock is unlocked. That door can be opened, that gate can be opened at any time if that child took a moment to look and see that the lock is open. So you're being told. And with the abundance card in reverse, the King of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Pentacles is all about getting all of our things that we want. Open-heartedness, love and connection, balance between all of our energies. Everything is in the right flow. This tells me things are out of balance. So what's coming for you? What are your Beltane blessings? What Beltane blessings are coming for you? A new adventure that's going to keep you super busy. But go with the flow and trust your intuition. It's going to feel like it's an old concept. It's going to feel like old stuff, but don't compromise. Know that there is a way out. There is blessings, even if it doesn't feel like it with the King of Pentacles in reverse. It does not feel like it's abundant. It feels like it's lack. It feels like you don't have anything. These two cards say the same message. The outsider feeling like you're lack, and the King of Pentacles in reverse feeling like lack. Both of them are saying you're feeling like lack, but don't compromise. This new thing that's coming, just trust that it's coming in the right way. Trust that it's meant to happen in the way that it's meant to happen, beyond illusion. Trust that the illusion you're seeing of difficulty is an illusion. Go with the flow, okay? This is an adventure for you. It won't feel like it when it first happens, but not all change feels good when it happens. A lot of change feels bad when we first get it. In our terms of bad, it feels negative, it feels unhappy, it feels like something we don't want to experience. But in order for change to happen for us, in order for us to move into a space of change, we have to let go of what we were doing before. And that is uncomfortable. That is painful at times. That is very uncomfortable and feels like it's the wrong thing to do. But if we stay where we are, if we keep doing the things that we've always done, we're going to get what we've always gotten. If you want to get something new, you have to start doing different things than the way that you did before. Okay, let's have a look at your card a little more and see if that sheds some light on our messages, okay? Let's look a little closer. We've got these boars, these wild boars that look like they're chasing these birds up the tree. Okay, we've got one bird on the ground, and we've got a bird in the tree, and we've got all this fruit. And I feel like the fruit is your abundance. All of this fruit is your abundance in the tree. that's available to you, all of that fruit, but you're down here looking up at the fruit. And I think what you're being asked is to realize you're not actually the fiery pig down here looking up at the fruit, wondering how they're getting it. You're actually the bird. And this bird. But this bird is able to recognize it can move up to here at any time, right? The gate is unlocked. The door is unlocked. You are not in a space of lack down here wishing you had the fruit. You are actually in a space of being able to move from here to here and easily getting your abundance and fruit. So, what are your Beltane blessings? Understanding that your lack and difficulty is an illusion. Understanding that you're feeling like you're stuck and that you're not getting the things you want is an illusion. Trusting that you are in the place that you are meant to be. Trusting that the universe is going to show you your abundance. Trusting that that fruit of your labors is coming to you. But you'll have to go with the flow, and that will bring you some new adventure. I don't know how your adventure is going to go, but hey, remember, if you're going to go fight a dragon, the whole adventure to go rescue the princess, you still got to fight the dragon, and there's going to be some difficulties in there. But the reward is at the end. The reward is accomplishing the thing you set out to accomplish. Trust that the universe is guiding you where it needs to take you, and you will have your abundance and success. Okay? You have pentacles on the board. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pentacles on the board. I mean, it's coming, okay? It's coming. The enough money to do what you want is coming. Feeling like fully abundant is coming. Equal give and equal take is coming. Just right now, you're on the opposite end of the scale. The scale will have to balance out, and it will balance out. But trust and go with the flow that the universe is taking you in the right place, that the current is taking you where it is meant to take you, and you will get to the place that you need to be when you are meant to be there. Trust the process. Okay, trust the process. So, my lovely pile number 3s, I hope this message reached you and was able to guide you and help you. If you did enjoy this reading, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Maybe throw a comment in. It does help to get more people to see the message and maybe hear the message that they needed to hear in their guidance as well. So if you want to book a personal reading, you can also find that information in the description box below. If you were felt touched by this reading and want to give a donation, that is in the description box. And if you would like to join our beautiful community on Patreon and get Patreon exclusives, that is also in the description box. So until next time, fellow humans, love and light. Bye.